The Book of Acts, that New Testament volume on the church and its formative years? Well, it happens. The writer Luke was remarkably precise when it came to the historical details. We're talking about titles, jurisdictions, traditions, and cities that have been confirmed over and over again by archaeologists and historians. But hold on to your seats, because we're going to examine just how accurate Luke was. First, a little about our author. Luke was a physician and traveling companion of the Apostle Paul. He wrote both the Gospel of Luke and the Book of Acts sometime between 60 to 70 AD. What makes Luke different is his attention to detail. He traveled extensively throughout the Roman Empire and documented what he saw with the detail of an experienced observer. Now, for nearly 2 centuries, there were doubts among some scholars about the historicity of Luke. Then something amazing happened. Archaeology started verifying him, again and again. The historicity of Acts is now well substantiated by scholarly inquiry. Luke's accuracy in reporting Roman legal procedures was demonstrated by A.N. Sherwin-White, and Colin J. Hemer documented numerous examples of agreement with Hellenistic sources. F.F. Bruce had upheld the reliability of the book on the grounds of extensive geographical and political references, and David W. J. Gill illuminated Luke's accurate portrayal of first-century social hierarchies. Archaeological excavations at Ephesus, Corinth, Thessalonica, and other cities linked to Paul have all verified the historic details of Acts, ranging from architectural details to administrative titles and practices. Let's begin with political offices. Luke employs phenomenally technical language that differs by place and time. This is why that's amazing. In Acts 13:7, Luke refers to Sergius Paulus as the proconsul of Cyprus. That is quite accurate. Cyprus was a senatorial province governed by proconsuls, not imperial legates. In Acts 16:20, on the other hand, he properly addresses the rulers of Philippi as praetors, the proper form of address for magistrates in a Roman colony. This is where it gets juicy. In Acts 19:31, Luke mentions Asiarchs, Asian provincial officials who were acquaintances of Paul's. For decades, enemies argued that this was mythical. Then archaeologists made discoveries affirming Asiarchs existed in inscriptions, affluent citizens who underwrote religious festivities and acted as honorary officials. Luke was onto something. Acts 18:12 calls Gallio proconsul of Achaia. An inscription at Delphi confirms that Gallio actually was that proconsul exactly in the time and period described in Luke's record. The accuracy is such that it enables us to date Paul's ministry. In Acts 17:6, Luke uses the term politarchs of Thessalonica's rulers. The critics said it was wrong, until archaeologists uncovered inscriptions using this very word of Thessalonian officials. Nowhere else in the Greek world did it appear. Acts 19:35 mentions the city clerk, Grammatis, of Ephesus who calmed the riot. This was not any old official. The Grammatis was specifically responsible for public order and Rome correspondence. Luke nailed the proper jurisdiction. When Paul is shipwrecked on Malta during Acts 28, Luke calls the chief official protos, the first man. Inscriptions discovered on Malta confirm that this was actually the correct title for Malta's Rome-appointed governor. Luke accurately describes Jewish temple worship, synagogue life, and the layout of religious quarters in various cities. Luke's account of Paul's arrest in the temple harmonizes with the archaeological record about temple layout and Roman military procedure. Luke puts social status correctly for various people, from Roman citizens to manumitted slaves to native merchants. He has the complex legal subtleties which controlled how people could be treated under Roman law. The journeys in Acts follow well-known ancient trade routes and shipping seasons. Luke's sailing details in the shipwreck narrative are so accurate that naval historians use them to study ancient ocean travel. The archaeological record keeps growing. The Gallio inscription at Delphi, Thessalonica's politarch inscriptions, Asiarch mentions all over Asia Minor, the Erastus inscription at Corinth, possibly the same Erastus mentioned in Romans 16:23. Excavation at Ephesus, Corinth, Philippi, and other cities named by Luke has confirmed his reports of civic organization, markets, and public buildings. Egyptian papyri found administrative and legal procedures that concur with Luke's descriptions of Roman legal procedures. What's remarkable is that Luke wasn't trying to write a history textbook. He cared about the spread of Christianity. But his incidental bits of history are exactly right in dozens of cities, a number of provinces, and a number of different times. This accuracy means that Luke must have been 1. An eyewitness to a great deal of what he wrote about. 2. Had very good sources. 3. Or both. The accuracy extends to details that would be irrelevant to most readers but vital to historians. The precise names of minor officials, regional traditions that differed from town to town, and political structures that shifted over time. So, what does it say? Luke's historical accuracy doesn't verify all the theological claims in Acts, but it does make him a credible historical source. When ancient historians like Luke do get the verifiable facts right, it makes us more confident about their general reliability. The next time someone tells you the Bible is not historically accurate, you can point them toward Luke. This doctor of the first century turned out to be one of the most trustworthy historians in his day, and modern-day archaeology continues to validate him. What do you think? Did you notice other examples of biblical historical accuracy? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this exploration of ancient history, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We've got more awesome history content in the works for you.